guys, it's Aoife from Words of Clover and also Rossi who's here. I am here today to do a book tag, and it is actually the end of the year book tag. I'm going to be that person hopping on that bandwagon, but the more I see people do this tag, the more I want to do it myself because I think it's just a really great tag. This is originally created by Ariel over at Ariel Bassett, and loads of people have done this tag. I think I've recently seen Grace from GK Books do it, Simon from Savage Reads, and yeah, I finally decided that I want to do it too. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? So at the moment, like literally just what I'm currently reading, I'm currently reading the third Diviner's book, Or the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. That one's just taking me a little bit longer to read for some reason. I'm not going out for as many like longer walks because obviously Rossi can't walk too far yet. So and then when I'm out on a walk with her, I'm kind of training her and engaging with her. So I'm not like, I don't have my earphones in or anything. So yeah, it's taking me a little bit longer to get through that one. And then at the moment I'm also reading Hollow Kingdom, which is also like a horror type of book, which I'll probably finish today. So yeah, anything that I'm currently reading normally only takes me a few days to read, unless it's an audiobook, which takes me a little bit longer. But yeah, I never really have books that I start and like it takes me months to finish. That's just not really my style of reading. So the second question is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? For me, it's definitely just kind of thrillers, more historical fiction, things like that. Kind of the Christmas books that come out. I love like NetGalley Christmas season. I think it's so much fun, and I really love like treating myself to some really cutesy Christmas books in December, so they always make me really happy. I was actually thinking this year I actually really missed Thrillerathon, which used to be on, I think it was Harriet Rosie and maybe Emma by Drinking by My Shelf used to do those. I'd love to know if there's any more kind of thrillery-athon readathons that were going to happen next year, because I actually really missed the Thrillerathon this year, because it used to be a really great readathon for me just to get through a lot of the thrillers that I used to like stack up on my shelf and on NetGalley. I do have some really like interesting, exciting Irish thrillers coming up that I have. They're actually up on my shelf there that I forgot to get, and I can't reach them. But I will probably try and read them really soon this month, and always excited to read like Irish thriller authors as well. I think there's more of them coming up, and yeah, that makes me really excited. And I also have some other thrillers like Riley Sager and Grady Hendrix and stuff on my TBR cart that I need to read, and that will definitely be read at some point this month, hopefully. The next question is there a new release you are still waiting for? And the big release for me is Leviathan Falls by James S.A. Corey. That's the last book in the Expanse series that I'm very excited to read. I'm hoping to try and reread the series by like the end of November, and so I can kind of read the series and then go straight on into that one, because I really want to refresh myself with the entire series, and I just would love to do a reread because it's just a really great series as well. So I'm excited to do that. I'm planning to do like a month of rereading in November because it's my birthday, and I've decided to celebrate like my 30th birthday, I basically want to dedicate a month to rereading my favourite books that I haven't given myself the time to do in previous years and previous months. So there's a couple of series that I want to kind of just really want to devour in November and just have a really great month of reading, as well as my dog readathon, which should be happening at the end of the month as well. So rereading and dogs, that's what's going to be in November for me. The next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the year is through? I have a couple of books here. A couple would be really good for October, some for Christmassy kind of wintry reads. The first book is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This was given to me by Victoria over at What Victoria Read last year for my birthday, and I've kind of just saved it again for like the autumn times, darker kind of spooky books. And then another book I want to read in October is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Morena Garcia. This is a book that I received, I think it was a Secret Santa book group that I was in for Christmas last year. And again, it's one I decided to save for the end of the year, and very excited to read this. I've heard a lot of things about this, a lot of things about mushrooms. Now I don't like mushrooms anyway, I think they're disgusting. So if this puts me off mushrooms even further, I think I'm okay with that. And then the third book I have here is The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. This is the second book in the Bear and the Nightingale series. I read The Bear and the Nightingale in January or December last year, and I really enjoyed it. I think this is just something, because it's set in Russia and it's set like in the snow and in the cold, it's really good for like wintry months. So again, I decided to try and save this for kind of a wintry read. So this is one that I just feel like would be really nice to read with the Christmas tree, all cozy up with a blanket and hot drink, and like a dog cuddling beside me. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get to this, but I want to wait until it's like quite cold and frosty outside. And yeah, really excited. The next question is there a book that you think could shock you and become your new favourite book of the year? Now, to be honest, there's none of these that I think is going to like absolutely shoot up to the top for me that I would think, but I also think that any book always like has that chance to surprise you and that chance to make you like completely fall in love with it. So like, I'm not going to say no, these books won't. I would be surprised. I'm not expecting them to, but also I would actually really love to be pleasantly surprised and for one of them to become my new favourite book of the year. I don't know. I think hopefully The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I'm hoping this will become a new favourite. I just have like a really good feeling about it. But other than that, there's nothing else that's like really speaking out to me at the moment. And the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for next year, aka 2022? And for me, the only thing is kind of trying to come up with some lists now for like even videos at the start of the year, things like 5-star predictions. I have one book on that at the moment, and I'm trying to think of other ones that I would like to put on that book, put on that list for my 5-star predictions. And then they're kind of books I can also focus on next year to try and read. I also have started already thinking about what I want my first book of next year to be. I just really want to, like, the last couple of years I feel like I've put like a stake on my first book of the year. I want it to be a book that like I really love. I don't want it to be a disappointing book, and I just find it like it's just become important for me for some reason. This year it was Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, which was such a wonderful book to start the year off. I have a couple of ideas of what I want next year's first book of the year to be. I haven't decided yet. Obviously I will decide closer at the time. I'll see what books I have on my Kindle. But yeah, there are just some books that are, there are some books that are just calling out to me a little bit. So yeah, I'm still trying to decide. And then I also really enjoyed this year so far participating in Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon that was going on during the year. So that was like basically every month this year there was like a buzzword, and you just had to match a book up to that and just read one book during the month that matched up with that, and you could add it onto Storygraph and stuff. And I really have enjoyed doing that so far. And if she doesn't do a 2022 one, I'm just going to kind of make up one myself with random words and pick books based on those random words, because I've just really enjoyed that style of picking your book. And yeah, it's just been really fun. So I've kind of thought about that as well. So that's everything for the end of the year book tag. And again, a really lovely, fun, simple book tag to do, and definitely kind of setting me up for the end of the year as well. So thank you guys so much for watching from me and Rossi and her duck. And please leave any comments down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Like, what books do you want to read by the end of the year? Is anyone like me and has started to like think of the first book of the year like as important? Do you guys plan to know, like, do you guys know what you're going to be reading next year, like the first book that you read next year? Do you have it planned already? Yeah, I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.